Hello and welcome. It is the 27th of August, 2018. This is the Crypto Day morning. My name is Derek. I'd like to welcome you to the Money Charts channel. All trades, bets, and of the like. Well, that's your own risk, own reward. And that's the crypto space in general. You're taking risks, looking for that of rewards. Daily term time frame for Bitcoin. The interesting day is August the 8th, as that was really the conclusion for the most part of the straight down movement. But also that's when it started this really choppy sideways range. And well, now it's the 27th day, 19 days later. And we can see that the rate resistance was like 65-ish to 66. And on the 24th of August, it had a rally that has now had, what, 3 pause days? Just these 3 tiny little candles. Meanwhile, the 18 average, which was flat, and the market was trading within such from August 17th, ending on that 24th, is now 3 days finding support and staying above the barely newly rising 18 average of highs. Within the 3-hour time frame, well, that line, well, somewhere around here. And within such, we can see that in the 18, that, well, it had its breakout at 11 hours on the 24th day. 4 green candles up, correcting through time, meeting up with the 18 of highs, then having a price correction over 2 periods, barely going below the 18 lows, and then instantly recapturing it. It did so on the 5-hour timestamp, August 26th, and what, 7 or 8 periods, but it stayed within it, supporting the lows, resisting the highs, up to the 23-hour timestamp yesterday. 2 periods in a row. The 2 previous ones from where we stand in here, just staying below it on extreme low volatility. And now this level of resistance, just short term, we can see, hey man, this looks as if it is taking it out. So a very nice little setup to start the morning, at least setup wise. It looks pretty good. Now, when we take a look at this on the 400-minute time frame, I find this also really interesting, is when we look at where the closes have been, starting with this period here. And I can draw another little line in. It's basically 6,700. Roughly around here. We can see that this period, 1600 hour timestamp, closed pretty much at that line, as did the next, as did the next, as did the next. This one here went a little bit above, but closing noticeably above it, but big sell-off. And then this candle here, back to that line, 3 more in a row, and now with 39 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the 400-minute time frame, which means it's almost over this period. This is looking like it might have a decent size breakout, and just quickly gathering at the 15, and I'm had no preparation talking about this time frame. But that's an interesting move that I'm seeing on the current time frame. Volume has been increasing, as one would expect, as it's close to 9 a.m. Eastern time as I'm doing this on a Monday morning. 67.31, as it's had a breakout, and it has came back to the key area of support, where, just for fun, I guess, the 1-minute time frame to explain this. Okay, this got going at 8:35 a.m. Eastern time. And currently, as I'm doing this, it is 8:40. So it just started its move. At 8:36, it was bought up and brought down really fast. So it's looking to me as if it's going to set up its move, because when we look at this, just moving this line in here, you know, it's poised where it looks as if it's ready to break out. It still has to get above at least this point. It's really a range situation from this high area here, which is around 67.74, and then this high at around 6,900. That would be an interesting band. I would expect it to go from 67 up to the 69 really fast if and when that situation takes place. So that will conclude the Bitcoin analysis. I've been talking about NANO a little bit, which brings me to a good subject worth talking about amongst high volatility. So let's talk about it. As this is a market that went from 0.09 up to about 0.38. 9 times 4 is 36. So about a 4x move. August 14th through yesterday, the 26th, a 12-day period. And then when we look back, we can see that this congested at a high back in February last year at about we'll just say 160. And right now, it's at under 0.3. It has gotten to such, but it is retraced back. Well, 3 times 5 is 1.5. So that's like a 6x decline. And you know what? That's part of this large volatility, which when you're looking to profit from volatility, the bigger it is, the more availability of profit that can be taken in place. Looking at this on a single-hour time frame. So we got 37 change, it's down to 29. What's the difference? Well, that's about 85 into 37. So you're looking at about like well over 20% of a decline. But when we look at this within the 18 average, as we can see in here, there's a spot where it had this breakout rally here, establishing this level of resistance. And as it was going through in here, just chopping up and down from the 18 highs and above it, as it broke the level of resistance that it established in here, and here, and here, it had its leg higher. Comes back to the 18. It only goes to the 18 highs, that's it, and then it has another leg higher. Not much of a leg, but still another leg higher. Comes back again to the 18 highs, and then a small leg higher. There's a spot where now it's back to a correctionary phase, establishing support. Briefly breaking below, but not holding and staying below on the 0-hour August 25th timestamp. There's a spot where it was just staying amongst, showing strength amongst the 18 highs, and there's your leg higher. Correcting through time within the 18. Several periods, back and forth. There's a spot now where it's barely broke resistance, leg higher. Now back to the 18. Spending many periods in here, not breaking out, and then showing weakness for 4 consecutive periods amongst the 18 lows. And now it's starting a leg lower. Now it's coming back up to the 18 average, as it has just shown a reversal amongst the trend. So I thought that was also interesting to point out as well. And well, when we take a look at the decline amounts, again, 38 going down to like 27, 11 into 38. That's a 29% decline. Now, back when silver was $50 and the Bin Laden day occurred, it went from like $50 to like $38 really fast. That was a $12 decline, or 24%. And that was massive, to say the least. When we look at this, this is just one of many. There was 3 good green candle days, and the final one has been given back. Price action still well above the 18 average. In fact, the 18 average of lows is coming in at the 18 and change handle. So that would be a reduction of half its value to go from 36 to 18. And that would just bring it to the bottom end of the correctionary phase. Now, granted, the 18 average is rising. And if it doesn't manage to go to that number today, this being the daily time frame, well, then that number would be up. And well, it's not like it's always going to find support at, and it usually doesn't find support at those key numbers, because oftentimes when you see these things make its move, you're going to see pierces below. And I know in this case, there was 1-2 times it found support there, but it didn't find support at the 18 lows here, 23-hour time stamp, because it went nicely above it. However, this is now the completion of this morning's video. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.